Hi, my name is Jane Powell. Welcome to Community Connections, brought to you by the Greater Kanawha Valley Foundation. This is a show showcasing community involvement, and today we have a guest that I'm very excited for you to meet, Janet Allio from Westside Elementary School, also known as Mary C. Snow Elementary School. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. I'm pleased to be here with you today.
Janet, you wear a lot of hats at the school.
I do.
You are the full-time school nurse.
Yes.
And you are also the community schools healthcare coordinator.
Yes, I am. Actually, I'd like to tell you just a little bit about the school before we get into my role.
Yeah, please do.
The school actually was built in 2011, and it started as Westside Elementary. The name change came later, about a year later. But our school, we have about 450 students, and of those students, we have a high transition. Many students move in and out. And 98% of our students qualify for free and reduced lunch.
98%.
98%. Also, on the West Side, a little bit about the community is that the West Virginia average for children living in poverty under the age of 18 is 25%. We have 34.6%. And also, we have 14.6% of our population has a lack of availability to vehicles. The West Virginia average is 8.6%.
Wow.
Also, 19.3% of the people on the West Side live in single-parent homes, which that includes our children. Mm-hmm. The West Virginia average is 16%. So, also, the West Side has the highest rate of crime in Charleston. So that kind of sets the picture for the students' life outside of school, and then we'll talk about what they have, resources they have in the school.
Well, and we all know, even as a working adult, what happens at home affects what happens at work or at school. So I know that they're closely connected, and you guys have a lot of resources to make home life better for the children.
Right. Our ultimate goal is to make it so that the children can come to school and they can learn in a safe and secure environment that fosters them to work to the best of their ability.
That's
and
what
to
we
be
want for all kids.
And to be successful.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. What we wish for all kids.
Yes.
So that's great. So before we get into all your programs, let's just touch real quickly on the name, Mary C. Snow Westside Elementary.
Okay. Originally, through the process of naming the school, choosing our colors, our mascot and everything, ballots were put together and Westside Elementary was selected as the name. And at that time there was an amendment pending in legislature that would not allow schools or buildings to be named after living persons. And Mary C. Snow was living at that time. So her name was taken off of the ballot. However, some of the community leaders really wanted to share in her legacy and to have her name added to the school. So in late 2012, her name was added to make it become Mary C. Snow Westside Elementary. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, she passed away in January of 2011. So she did not get to see that. But her legacy lives on, and we are proud to honor her with her name on our school.
Well, I've had a chance, did have a chance over the years to meet Mary C. Snow, and I will tell you, I thought she was a larger-than-life personality and very stylish and just a special lady.
She was a legacy in her own time. She was actually the first African-American principal in West Virginia after desegregation.
Wow.
She spent 50 years at Glenwood Elementary. She was both a teacher, she taught children with special needs, and then she was principal there for many years.
So she kind of set the standard almost for everything that you're doing now, record breaking and barrier breaking with the programs that are happening at your school.
Yes, she was definitely a pioneer, and she earned many honors in her lifetime. She was actually on the Human Rights Commission.
Great.
And she was given the Distinguished Mountaineer Award and the Governor's Living the Dream Award.
Nice.
She actually went to Wales and was the first African American teacher to be in Wales, and ended up having tea with the Queen of England.
Oh, that's fun.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, so now when we talk a little bit about the school, we talk about it being a community school. And that's not just words, that's an actual designation, is that right?
It is an actual designation, and from the beginning, that school was meant to be a community school. A community school is actually a hub within the community, and what happens there is that the needs of the community and the children are identified, and then through different partnerships, those needs are met through the school. The West Virginia Department of Education has actually designated Mary C. Snow as a community school.
Wow.
And part of that is based on the resources we already had in place. And then through a grant through the Greater Kanawha Valley Foundation, we were able to come up with a supplement to my salary to allow me to be there full time and to be able to function as the community school's healthcare coordinator.
Can we just, because I know the list is long and you have so many services, but let's just kind of go through some of the things that as a community school that you offer to the students and to the community of the west side of Charleston.
Okay, we have what I refer to as 5 central resources.
Okay.
And we might make that 6 if we count the Kanawha County Schools Health Services, because my role as a school nurse is to provide daily care for the children and the staff. And that comes in the form of doing health screenings for vision and hearing. It comes with doing first aid, taking staff blood pressures, just all of those things to help the children be healthy, because children need to learn to be healthy and they need to be healthy to learn. So we have Kanawha County Dental Health Council.
Mm-hmm.
They have a dental clinic there, and they have 6 dental clinics in Kanawha County. That is the largest. To date, for this school year, they have given $537,000 worth of dental care to
Wow.
Almost 1,900 students.
That's great.
And they service children who are enrolled in Kanawha County schools, and that is any age. As long as they are enrolled, they can be serviced. They are transported by bus to those 6 dental clinics. The one at Mary C. Snow is the largest, and it houses the main office. It services 21 schools. 5 of the schools are on the west side.
What a great resource for the community. And so you have dental care. There's also a healthcare clinic, is that right?
Yes, we have what is known as a school-based health center,
Mm-hmm.
and that is actually a doctor's office that is located within the school. Our school-based health center is staffed by Family Care. Our pediatrician is Dr. Haidar. She's a wonderful, wonderful lady. She can communicate with the children and the parents, and she and I together can help the children be able to get the health care they need in spite of the transportation barrier that we talked about earlier.
I know, Janet, you are often a stable force in the school and in the lives of these children, so they're so lucky to have you there and that you can direct them to these services. So you do dental and health, and I know that you also care for them in other ways.
Yes. The statistics that I shared at the beginning, when you think about those challenges that the children have, it's pretty much a given that could be some trauma involved, mm-hmm. because if they're living in poverty, they may not have enough food, they may not have the clothing that they need. They may have nights that they don't get sleep because living in a high crime area. I've had children come to school sleepy and be very tired, and they've told me, well, I couldn't sleep last night because of the gunshots outside of my window. Mm-hmm. So with that being said, we definitely were able to identify a need for some emotional support. Mm-hmm. So we actually have mental health support on site.
Great.
And that is given through Harmony. And within Harmony, They provide trauma-focused cognitive behavior therapy, which means that it is therapy that definitely takes into consideration some of the possible trauma that the children could be having. So we want to be very sensitive to that. And we have a therapy room, which is within family care, and that is where they do their therapy, and we call it the Jalil Clements Mental Health Clinic. And I'm sure many people will remember the incident when Jalil was trying to assist his mother while they were traveling in a car because of some domestic violence. He got out of the car and was trying to get her assistance, and unfortunately he was struck by another car along the interstate, and it took his life.
I do remember that very sad story, yes. Well, what a nice way to honor his memory.
Yes, and we actually have 50 children in our school that are receiving services through there, and 30 of those receive it at the school.
Wow, that's great. When you mentioned the sometimes students not resting well in the evenings because of trauma, I know that you work with Charleston Police Department quite closely.
Yes, we were the pilot program for the Handle with Care program, which is a program that whenever the child is within a place where there is the police, say they come to their home, then they will send a notice to the school the next morning saying that they were just in the presence of a police action. So then we know that if they didn't bring their homework or if they're really tired, that it's not because they're being defiant, that there really is a reason. So we can let them take a nap or give them another opportunity to do their work.
And you handle with care.
We do.
Yes. So all of this is just amazing, but there's still more.
Yes, there is. We have a program that just started this school year, which is called A Lawyer in the School, and it is provided through legal aid. They are at the school 2 days a week, 2 afternoons for 2 hours each, and it is to help parents have easy access to any kind of civil legal aid that they need. And some of the things our parents would need help with is custody issues, because we have many grandparents that have always raised the grandchildren, but they don't have any legal documentation to say that they have the rights to those children. And it's been very successful. They have started in February, and they have 59 clients so far.
I love that program. I think that that is a huge benefit to families, because if nothing else, it's in their community and they can walk to it.
Exactly. Ease of access.
Right. Yeah, that's really nice. There's so many nice things happening there. What have I forgotten? I'm checking my notes just to see. You talked about grandparents raising families, and there's kind of a new term for that, grand families, is that right?
Right. We have a program called Happy Grand Families, and that is once a week. They come and they are given information like 21st century parenting and social media.
Great.
And I do want to mention that we're getting a successor therapy dog, because we had Paca and she retired. So
And I did, well, we all know that I love dogs, and I had a
Yes.
chance to meet her. I loved her.
we're getting Paca, and also through the Kanawha Valley Council of Philanthropy, they have given us a grant to help finish paying what we need for the dog, and also to help us do a program on mindfulness, which will help children be able to have more social emotional regulation.
Wow, Janet, you're doing such good work, and I know you and the staff work tirelessly for the community, so thank you so much for everything you're doing.
Well, thank you for giving us an opportunity to share. We feel like we are very blessed to have all of these resources.
Yeah, so thank you for joining us today. It's Janet Allio from Westside Elementary, Mary C. Snow Elementary School. We hope you come back and join us again. This has been Community Connections, brought to you by the Greater Kanawha Valley Foundation. Have a good one.